Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta. Please. Svami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Askatyare Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Let me welcome you once again affectionately here in the valley of Govardhan. Let me say why we are very happy that yesterday so many of you opted for the Govardhan Valley. I never am 100% sure, to be honest. When devotees are asked, do you like this? They all will say yes and think no. So when you said yes, we want to be here, I don't know, because we have a certain lingo, the way we communicate, which is a certain way. Let me say why I also feel very happy that we are here. You must know many aspects in spiritual life can be understood only by blessings, not by our intellectual attempt to understand. There are two words which are very important here, Aroha Panta and Avaroha Panta. One is the ascending path. Sadhus compare this with trying to climb to a cloud by going up the streams of rain which come down. And then there is a descending path. I hope I have this right. I will look to Avaroha Panta. It's descending path, no? When mercy comes down. So in the holy Dham, a lot of what happens to us is not due to our own efforts, but due to mercy or blessings or Shakti also in many cases that come down to us, like the Taraka and Paraka Shaktis, no? So a lot of what we are doing here is dependent on this principle. This is also why we have gone here perhaps 24 years ago, because we wanted to get the blessings of Giriraj. And hearing and chanting or Shravanam Kirtanam is one very, very, very good way to obtain the blessings. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur speaks about it when he comments on the Gopi Gita, Jaya te te dikam, etc. He says, Krishna's heart melted when he heard the songs of the gopis, because he is inclined to those who sing his glories. He has an inclination. He likes them. He wants to help them. So this is the idea of chanting here and listening here. And I can only request all of you to be wise in regards to the shade. The sun will move, and what is shady now might become a place where the sun just beats down. So then don't feel at all afraid to change the place. And if you happen to be in a male body, you can even sit on my lap, because this by experience, this is a good place to stay all the time. Good. My dear devotees, today will be a very important day. Much of my time is spent in answering or trying to answer the question, how can we develop taste in Krishna consciousness? Many come now and seek initiation in our sampradaya, in our line, and if we ask them with a drilling question, a question where they can't lie or say things that are on the surface, are you really able to chant 16 rounds a day? And when you look with them with a German glance, they say, no, Maharaj. And they say also, Maharaj, I have asked devotees, many of the devotees in Krishna consciousness are like me not able to chant 16 rounds. So why should you give, or any other guru, only give initiations to the new aspiring people when they can't chant 60, when you know exactly that in the future a great percentage will not chant the 16 rounds, at least not in a good way. Why is this double standard? Why this standard? And my answer is always, can't we look at this from another point of view? Should we just see that and acknowledge that it's difficult to chant 16 rounds, and then try to see how can we address this difficulty? Should we lower the standard for initiations, or can we look at it from the way, how can we increase the taste? So today I will discuss this question, how to increase the taste, but I will have to go a little under your skin and discuss what is the reason why we have no taste. Let us first now hear an unrattling verse from the Padyavali. Ashvadyam pramada radachadam iva shravyam navajalpitam balaya iva trishya utamavadu lavanya lakshmiriva. O Lord Krishna, this is about taste, no? I pray that the remnants of your foodstuff may become as palatable for me as a young woman's lips are palatable for a materialist. The normal person finds great taste in repeatedly kissing the lips of a woman, or for the woman, a man. Here the prayer is, I want to repeatedly feel the same taste and joy and exhilaration when I eat your prasadam. I pray that the narration of your pastimes may become as sweet to my ears as the words of a young girl are sweet for a materialist. Men of the world will find it very, very nice when a young girl looks with dreamy eyes at him and promises him her love forever. No, she likes to hear this. I pray that the sight of your transcendental form may become as pleasing to my eyes as the beauty of a young bride is pleasing to her husband. No? In nowadays Indian society, there is something which is called the first night. That is when the married couple comes together and they see each other in their uncovered beauty. No? I pray that I may, listen to this now, that I may always chant your holy name in the same way a lover reads aloud a letter from his long separated beloved. You know, imagine this man. We didn't see each other for half a year due to circumstances. Now my beloved has written to me that I'm the only thought in her mind when she gets up, eats lunch, now goes to rest. No? All these 4 examples are examples of a natural taste. This natural taste is called raga. It's something that does not need to be educated into you. It is something that spontaneously, without any force, arises in you. No, this is the idea. The senses, all our senses have a raga, a natural raga, for their objects. Like the ear wants to hear nice sound, the sense of touch wants to touch nice. I don't want to go into the detail here. The sense of tongue and so on. It's a natural thing. You feel drawn to it. So in the same way, the devotee prays, I want to be naturally drawn to your prasadam. I want to naturally be drawn to the narrations of your pastimes. I want to be naturally drawn to your transcendental form and to your holy name. It is something where the practitioner wants to experience deep abiding. This is abiding means it lasts. Taste. This is the prayer, and this is the subject to it. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written an interesting little book. It is not so well known. The translation of this title is The Holy Name. And there he writes, the living entity does not have a taste for the holy name because of one reason and one reason only, its offenses. In the heart of one who utters the holy name of Krishna, after having become free from offenses, that non-material holy name of Lord Hari, a form of consciousness and rasa, deep taste, appears. When that happens, the heart blossoms, boom, it widens, tears come in the eyes, and sattvika transformations in the body are evident. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur quotes this verse, Tat asma saram, which says, the heart is certainly steel framed. In spite of chanting the holy name of the Lord by concentration of the mind, when it doesn't change, when there is no transformation in the heart. Now all of us were asked yesterday by Gauranga Darshan in that reflection paper, remember? What has changed? What has transformed since you chant the holy name? Something has happened already, no? Did you write something down? Or did you fill in a blank nothing? What has changed? Can I have a few honest mind? I might give you a German glance to find out if it's really the truth, what you say. What has changed and transformed? Yeah, I would like to go to older devotees first, who have some experience. Yes, Prabhu, you look like an older devotee.
Thank you. When I first...
Not a long answer. What has changed?
I gave up bad habits.
You gave up bad habits? Like what? Meat eating? You're a new devotee.
12 years.
12 years. Oh, good. Good. I'm sorry. This is the German glance. I'm trying to find out. Yes. Yes.
I noticed that I'm becoming more humble and compassionate.
Yeah.
More tolerant, and my relationships have improved, and there's less fear in my life.
Oh, wonderful. Less fear in your life. By the way, when Prabhupada was asked, what do you feel when you chant? He said, no fear. This world is characterized, as we heard from Gauranga Darshan, by an excessive amount of fear and anxiety. And when we take to a bona fide spiritual process, we should see that Kuntaloka becomes closer to Vaikuntha Loka, the place without anxiety. Nice. Can I share with you what my answer was? I feel more and more inclination towards Krishna as I chant. I want to read about him. I want to hear about him. I question myself, are my lectures good when I don't talk about Krishna directly? Is that good? I'm giving now, as a result of these contemplations, in the evening or wherever I go, Krishna Katha, where I only talk about Krishna, his glance, how that gives delight to the devotees when the Lord looks on them, and etc. These very personal things. It has happened over the years as I chant, and thank you. These are the parents. They have also something to say. It's difficult to translate you, but you should really see if your chanting is working. Are you becoming less attached to the world? That's one very good parameter. Prabhupada has said all of us can look into their heart and see how much free they have become from sex desire, subtle and gross. No, you can check. This is not something you would like to share on, but you should make this regular. You should make this check. Now, my dear devotees, I would like us all to understand a little bit more about apparatus from a different perspective. In the Padma Purana is a famous verse where there is a discussion and a Brahmana is asked, what are those offenses that destroy all the good things which the holy name brings? so that there is no real transformation in the heart. There may be transformation, some transformation, but we are looking for the real things, that is increasing our attachment for Krishna and decreasing attachment for Maya. So, what are those apparatus to the holy name that destroy all the good an offender has done and make him take transcendental things to be mundane? What is this? This question, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, is asked with tremor, that is inner trembling, and astonishment. In the scriptures, it does say that if a devotee chants the holy name repeatedly, he should attain prema very quickly. It says in the scriptures, when one comes to holy Dham, it should also give one perfection. It says if one eats the Mahaprasad of the Lord with buttermilk, betel and other preparations, then one should become free from the wave of sense enjoyment. So we have to ask ourselves, I'm chanting so much, but the Bhagavatam statement that the Lord becomes manifest in the heart by repeated chanting has not yet happened. I have not seen Krishna. You should ask yourself the question. In the scriptures it says, when one resides for a single day in Mathura, this is Vrindavan Mathura, then one should have love of God. You should ask yourself the question, I am staying now for 3 days in the Govardhan Retreat Center, just next to Giriraj. Have I obtained love of God? And if not, why? It says, by eating Mahaprasad of the Lord, one loses all attachment to Netflix. Ooh, sorry, that is a modern interpretation. It says, Uddhava says to Krishna, Tvayo pabukta shrakanda. We, your servants, can easily overcome attachment to your Maya just by taking your remnants and by decorating ourselves with the garlands, scents, and other ornaments that are offered to you. So you have to ask yourself, why, if I do all these things, chant the holy name, and I have not seen Krishna, reside in the holy Dham, and I have not attained love, eaten the Mahaprasad, and not have lost my attachment to Maya, what exactly is going wrong here? Where do I get off the track, so to say, and where does my car leave the road and shoot into the wilderness? What exactly is it, and how do I understand? First, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur will give us an example by which we can see how a certain condition cannot allow one to eat, to get the desired result. He gives the example of someone who suffers from a fever and then cannot taste heavy, nourishing food that is sweet rice with ghee. Have you ever had fever? Yes. Have you at that time said, oh no, Prabhus, give me sick sabji, that is only boiled sabji. No, but today we have sweet rice and sandesh with ghee and everything. Oh, no, we have pizza, Prabhu, pizza with olive oil from Italy. No, just boiled sabji, please. The condition of the fever makes it impossible for you to taste nourishing and healthy food. In the same way, the condition of aparats, of offenses, make it impossible for you to taste love of God in the holy Dham, to arrest the Lord in the heart, or arrest is mean to capture the Lord in the heart by chanting, and so on. You may say, no, I don't make any offenses, Maharaj. The scriptures say you should see by judging the fruit. Have you already reaped or harvested the fruit which are promised in the scripture? If not, the reason must be that somewhere, consciously or unconsciously, you are getting into the offensive mood. You're doing offenses somewhere. Otherwise, you would have the vision of the Lord in the heart when you chant. Otherwise, you would feel inflamed with love as you walk through the holy Dham. And otherwise, you would, when you eat the Mahaprasad, lose all attachment to the world. You would, in fact, it's called vairagya, you would discolor the world in your perspective from its so-called attractive features. It would not work. In Buddhism, the young Buddhistic monks who are troubled with previous attachments and have wet dreams in the night are brought by the abbey of the monastery down into the cellar, and there would be lying a beautiful lady covered with a blanket, and the abbey of the monastery in old times would say, "Now pull down the blanket." What? No. Pull down the blanket. No. I'm not dispassionate at all. Pull down the blanket. So he had no other choice. He would pull it down, and what would he see? A skeleton. And he would gasp and never forget. That is called discoloring the world, to induce a sense of vairagya in the practitioner. We don't do this in ISKCON temples. It's too hard. But we hear a lot of lectures where we hear how the body is really an accumulation of all these substances, urine, and no need to go into the detail. The idea is to evoke a sense of dispassion or detachment in the hearer. But this indirect process does not really work for a long time, because it makes use of the intellect, which is easily swayed away by the influence of the senses when they are not purified. Why did I do this digression? I wanted to impress upon you that that there must be a way for us to develop taste that is not going over the intellect and mind, a way that is much, much deeper, much more effective than heavy lectures, or in this monastery, the monastery example. There must be a process, and we will deal with this process in a little moment. But for now, I want to try to answer the question of the Padma Purana. What are these offenses exactly unto the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that make us, that take all the benefits away from us. There are, of course, 10 offenses. The first scripture which mentioned these offenses was the Padma Purana, and then this list of 10 offenses was adopted in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. Now, Jiva Goswami in the 17th century elaborated on this list of 10 offenses when he wrote his commentary on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and he also wrote about these offenses in the Bhakti Sandarbha. After Jiva, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur highlighted the same list of 10, and in the modern area, the same list of 10 can be found in Harinam Chintamani and in Jaiva Dhamma, both books from Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Prabhupada writes a list of these and a commentary on them. And here, if you take notes, I highly recommend you read this. In the 2nd canto, 1st chapter, verse 11. 2, 1, 11. And also in the old teachings of Lord Chaitanya, pages 39 to 40. No, I made a mistake. 29 to 30. No? So the basic list of the 10 offenses, Prabhupada put up in the old temple in New York, in the first temple. He didn't have so much philosophy which he told. He didn't have so many strictures. Devotees were quite wild. Some were still taking intoxicants privately in their apartments. It was a motley crew which was there. But even for them, Prabhupada in the very beginning gave this list of 10 that must be avoided, because he knew as long as even a new devotee is entangled in one or a few of these offenses, there will be no taste, Prabhus. And if you have no taste, then even 4 rounds is a torture for you. So the 10 offenses I will just mention here. First offense, please, you speak, you know, say. To blaspheme the devotees of the Lord. Second offense, to consider the names of Shiva and similar entities or devatas to be equal to that of Vishnu. Third offense, disobey the order of the spiritual master. You have heard them all so many times that you can tell them in your sleep. No? But, my dear devotees, have they reached your mind? Have they reached your heart? Are you really not doing them? If you do them, you would have taste. Really the same type of taste which was described in the opening verse, you know, same taste which the materialist has with the opposite gender, no? A maddening taste, an overwhelming taste, a taste that makes you forgetful of everything else. I will not give you the list of the 10 offenses here. I will give you the 10 things you should do to eradicate each single offense. I'm taking this from the Harinam Chintamani. It's from the 13th chapter, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes what to be done, what a devotee does to avoid the offenses. First of all, he carefully avoids blaspheming saintly devotees. We had this I was talking with a devotee. I needed to understand one devotee's behavior, which I couldn't understand. And I was asking my friend who knows this devotee very well, can you tell me how to explain this behavior? Am I the only one who has seen it? And this devotee answered very intelligently, carefully avoiding to say something bad. Well, maybe something happened to this devotee. We find in psychology traumata that influence a person in an ongoing way. Okay, and then I said, and let's not go deeper into this because we want to carefully avoid to saying anything bad about saintly devotees. This is the first thing you have to learn, to carefully avoid blaspheming saintly devotees. Praise devotees, but not mindlessly. Praise them for what they do well. Then understand, the second one was to consider devatas like Shiva to be equal like Vishnu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, understand that Lord Vishnu is the supreme truth with a clear mind. The best is to do this, make a study of the Bhagavatam. Learn it from first chapter to the 12th chapter. There you will really understand Vishnu, Krishna is the highest. The third is know that the spiritual master that gives you the holy name is most exalted. It is said when someone has a guru, the devatas, there is a verse, will test his guru nishta by sending him things. It became so, we beginning devotees, we all devotees were beginning devotees. One time we said, but Prabhupada sometimes misquotes verses. I mean, how can he be perfect? And this and that and the other thing. So we chose one amongst us, His Holiness Jayadvaita Maharaj, to represent the collective voice of some of the disciples who thought there were imperfections in Srila Prabhupada. And Jayadvaita Maharaj, very, very decent, discreetly asked, Prabhupada, how can the spiritual master be perfect if he needs glasses to see? Yeah, Prabhupada caught up, that's how I heard it, caught up that there was a whole lot of things, behind the glasses, the what is that verse, question and so on. And Prabhupada said, that is not the perfection. The perfection is that he is attached to Krishna. Another time he said, my perfection is that Krishna accepts my service. How humble, but how truthful. My perfection is that Krishna accepts my service. So we should see the spiritual master, in other words, not with wrong expectations, but with the right expectations. He has given us the holy name, and so are the scriptures exalted who give us the holy name. So now we have this. There is this offense to commit sins on the strength of chanting, which is considered to be the worstest of all. There are a few worstest of all. Sometimes it's the first offense, sometimes it's the 10th offense, sometimes it's inattention. There are a few heavy ones, and certainly this one where you commit sins on the strength, thinking, I'm chanting, it will be all right. It's not good. In his heart, a person should know that the holy name is pure and spiritual, and such a person carefully renounces the desire for sin, which is the seed of sin. No, he understands, I have this holy name. Let me give up not only the sin, but the desire to sin by chanting again and again. In this way, there are many recommendations, but I'm shy to go through the same list because you will suffer from an information overload. If you are interested in this list, what you can positively do to avoid the 10 offenses, I invite you after this class to go to, what is your name?
Kinshuk.
To Kinshu. He will be there and he will hold the book open and you can make a snapshot with your mobile attention machine. Mobile telephone, in other words. When we are suffering with having no taste, please know that you need to revisit your relationship to this list of 10. And you need to find out where you might do a mistake and run into an offense. On the other hand, it is said in the Padma Purana, if offenses have somehow or other appeared in you, you should constantly chant. And by the power of the holy name, which you chant with some surrender, there will be a great change. The Hari Bhakti Vilas says, quotes this Padma Purana, Jate nama parade tu pramadena katanchana sada sankirtayang namam tat eka sharano bhavet. Very important, tat eka sharano bhavet. Listen, Ekanti, this is for you now. If somehow, by mistake, an offense to the holy name has occurred, by constantly engaging in Nam Sankirtan, one should become exclusively surrendered to him. This is why we recommend, if possible, please be there for the Kirtan sessions which are there. If you surrender to doing constant Kirtan, after some time, you somehow enter into this other non-material space, the spiritual space, where you feel very good. Sanatana Goswami comments on this, that one should take shelter in the holy name by constant chanting, and then the offenses will go. He says, somehow, if unknowingly, by mistake, an offense to the holy name occurs, then one must exclusively take shelter of the holy name. One must become absolutely focused on the holy name. This is the meaning. You follow? If you feel no taste, there will be offenses. So take the positive road. Go to Kirtan events, chant with the devotees, and take shelter in the chanting. However, my dear devotees, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives us the information. This refers to unknowingly committed offenses. If you knowingly commit an offense, then even repeated chanting will not work. In fact, this repeated chanting is another offense, because you think, let me eradicate the sin by chanting. This doesn't work. So when you do knowingly offenses against someone, find out why this is not good. Convince your mind, convince your intellect, so that you will discontinue this wrong behavior. And in this way, you will be able to move forward in happiness in your chanting career. What do you think? Hare Krishna. Would you like to ask any questions now? Be careful if you ask me a question. Think twice before you ask. I saw this Matati first. You will get a microphone.
It's a privilege to be with you. My question is, how much of the inner transformation we face as neophyte devotees, how much do we owe to chanting for that? Because when I first read the Gita, like a part of the Gita, I immediately stopped meat eating, and I don't know if I can owe that to the clumsy rounds I've been doing, or
the reading in the Gita.
or something like that.
Yeah, transformation is a weighty subject, and there are several factors which contribute to the transformation. One factor might be that in a previous life you already practiced spiritual life, and now when you came in contact with devotees, read, your memory was awakened. I think for good-hearted people in India, this could often be the case, that they had exposure to spiritual life, and it has now been reawakened. I'm not. I cannot say what exactly is the factor that contributed to your transformation. I can only say that in the old times there are 5 factors which contribute to the transformation. And I do hope I remember them. Give me just a chance. Urdhva Pundra. It's that you decide to take to the spiritual path in any way. Tapa, that you're willing to give up material life. Nama, that you chant the holy name, and that you receive sacred initiation and take on a name. And Yajna, that you engage in the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These were 4, and there was another one, mantra. Yes, mantra. Mantra is when you receive the Brahman Gayatri, the Gayatri mantras. These are there. So your reading of the Bhagavad Gita was definitely taking up a spiritual path. So which one works? Ultimately, it's safe to assume the mercy of Krishna. Yes. Yes. There was someone else. Yes, Prabhu, you had I saw someone else. Jai Gopal, because you had already. Jai Gopal, please ask your question.
Hare Krishna. You spoke of we committing offenses due to our conditioned nature, and and then you mentioned like we eat once Mahaprasadam and we lose material attachments, or we come one day to the Dham and we're in love of God, and it's often some statements of the Shastra sound very fast and immediate, and in the process of Krishna consciousness, it's actually what is offenses and what is the weakness. Call it the weakness of the heart, where we again and again get drawn back to take refuge in material things because we are not there yet to really take fully shelter in the spiritual practices and take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna.
You are right. The weakness of the heart has to also be addressed. And therefore, devotees are always found to not only do their spiritual processes as if they can do it alone, and as if the process itself or following a process will guarantee a result. They pray. Haridas Thakur says, simply by one's own effort, no one in this world can overcome distraction. It's one of the inattention is one. Such victory can only come by your merciful blessings. And he repeats, it's impossible for any jiva to overcome inattention by personal effort. By your mercy alone this can be accomplished very easily, O Lord. Therefore it is absolutely necessary to beg for your grace with great humility, for this is the only means of salvation. Once Prabhupada gave a lecture in the Bhaktivedanta Manor in England, where he addressed his audience at the end, and he said, the difference between you and Prabhupada said me is that I cannot fall down, but you can fall down. In a public lecture, that's a statement, you know. So after this lecture, a devotee saw Prabhupada standing alone before the deities, and he was obviously praying. And the devotee took courage and asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I saw you praying. Yes. What were you praying for? Prabhupada said, that I may not fall down. It's because of this mercy, Jai Gopal, that we can advance. Not by our own efforts. We are so weak. There is another statement which I would like to share with you. Therefore, this one practice, chanting Hare Krishna and hearing, that is very nice. And praying to Krishna, please give me strength. Hare, O energy of Krishna, O Krishna, I am fallen. I have no strength. Please accept me. That's all. I have no qualification. I'm frail. I'm trying, but I'm failing. All these appeals should be made. And Krishna is all-powerful. He can do anything. Even we do not perform, trying our best, if we fail, Krishna will help us. Just like a child tries his best, but he falls down, the mother takes up and, all right, come on. The mother says, all right, come on. Jai Gopal and everyone, when we stand before these two things, aparadas and our own weakness of the heart to perform devotional service perfectly, these are two mountains which we cannot climb on our own. We cannot cross. Therefore, praying is so essential. The art of prayer is something which we learn, and we will actually, in the reflection session, request all of you to pray. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is this clear to you? All of you, fully awake and half awake, have you understood? These are very difficult subjects. Therefore, the Padma Purana asked this with fear and trembling. What is it that keeps us away from the Lord? And yes, then a list of offenses is given, and we hear from the scriptures that we can overcome them if we have done them unconsciously. By what? Chanting repeatedly and taking shelter at the holy name. Wonderful. And then you have already said it, while we do this, prayer or turning to Krishna and asking for help is very important. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. While we are talking, I need to see, I lost somehow the track. Have I reached the end of this class, or is it one more hour? A kirtan, and then comes the reflection. Right, now is the kirtan. We have 3 more minutes. Any more questions? Yes.
Yesterday it was wonderful kirtan, the first one in particular, and I was focusing on for Krishna. I was chanting for Krishna, and then the next kirtan, it was we were asked to cry like a child, and I found that one didn't work as well for me because it made me become a little more self-absorbed in like why I was crying, what was wrong with me, or what I wanted. And I was wondering if you could create a distinction that would help me to understand how to chant in that way and not become too self-absorbed.
It's a very you asked such good questions today. It is a fact what our devotee has observed. When you come and from the platform of all your problems and you go through them again and again, you might get stuck with them because they're gluey. They keep us too much with our false ego, with our false identity. We must have an awareness of what is wrong, but we should not stay there. We should understand that the mercy of the Lord is definitely greater than my own incapabilities. The Lord can do this. So this picture of crying like crying like a child for the mother, it's a picture which Prabhupada used. It expresses an idea in our Vaishnav society that is urgency or eagerness as the price which needs to be paid. So this picture or image just wants to give an image of a great urgency. The child will need the mother, otherwise it might die. No? So I need you, my Lord. Otherwise, I do not know what is my auspicious future. No? But, my dear devotee, please listen attentively to this point, all of you. If you cannot work so well with one suggestion or one image, no problem. There are many suggestions, and out of the ocean of suggestions, there will be some which will work for you. We all have different things. For instance, when I hear of a child. I somehow don't have good experiences with children because when I started to preach, always the mothers came with children to my lectures. These were hippie mothers. I used to go through all the alternative living communes in Germany because there were people who searched for truth and give lectures, and of course everyone brought their children, and they were so restless and, in my eyes, not well educated. It may be a subjective perception, but if you would tell the mother, could you please take care of your child somewhere, maybe outside, and the mothers would become so offended that I better didn't mention this and tolerate a really loud audience, So I'm a little bit burned by children from that time. I have a little trauma. So examples with children may not work for me because my trauma will immediately come and be triggered. So we are all different, and we have to see what works for us. No? Krishna. Yes. I'm getting a hint here. Yeah. Yes. I thank you all very much. I'm very sorry that I can't take all the questions. You might sometimes see, but Maharaj has seen me. Why doesn't he have? Why didn't he take me? My dear, please trust in me. I can see, anyways, I don't do it out of dislike. I have other reasons, but they are no need to talk about them. Good. Krishna, I want to now guide you into a chanting session. We had this morning a session where we gave a very simple formula for chanting the holy name. The formula was quite easy. It is said that we as souls have been endowed by the Lord with three very important things. Our body is the first, which is very nicely suited for kirtan. We can clap, we can sing, we can hear. We have a mind which can do a lot, and we have a heart. Yes, the heart is a pump which can pump in a matter of minutes 5 liters of blood through the whole body. Throughout a day, this heart pumps exactly 7,600 liters of blood through the body. What a miracle our heart is. But even more miraculous is the heart as a place which can feel emotions of affection, of attraction, and also other emotions of detachment, of rejection. But even more wonderful than the pump and the emotional heart is the spiritual heart, which is actually a place where the self and the soul reside. So in Kirtan, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, you take the mind, which is not always the best instrument for spiritual realization, and you bring it into the heart where you get in contact with the Lord in the heart. Once Bhakti Charu Maharaj asked Prabhupada, when the devotee gets in contact with the Lord in the heart, is it with that four-armed form of Vishnu, which holds the various symbols of Vishnu? And Srila Prabhupada answers, no. In a devotee's heart, Krishna personally resides. This is in tune with the Brahma Samhita, which says, through eyes of love, one can see the Lord as Tribanga, and this is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's explanation. One sees Krishna in the heart. So a devotee will put his mind, that means his perception, into the heart. He will go away from the thought traffic. Have you ever tried, you're trying to, when you cross this road, have you noticed you really need to find a spot where you go, especially on Sundays. My dear devotees, you have thought traffic that is much wilder, which goes, and you need to find the way to get into your heart, to get to the safe place, and not stay with these random thoughts. So we will do this now. We will chant now. We will align our body. We will focus our mind, and we will try to chant from a devotional space where we address Krishna. Is this okay with you? Gopinath, you are ready. I think Krishna has heard your prayer, Gopinath. There is some cloud coming. Before Kirtans, we always like to offer obeisances to Srila Prabhupada and the Panchatattva. Again, this comes because we don't feel we have the potency or ability to chant nicely. We need blessings. Not by our own efforts we can control the restless mind. We need the blessings. Let us just, I need to just have an in-house discussion here. Which one? Sorry? Other one? Maybe we can, yes, actually, yes, let's, I made a mistake, yes, this Ananda melody. Namo, please join me. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine. May I ask you if you were praying to Prabhupada to help control your mind? We chant these pranam mantras in order to get blessings, no? So we can, the second one, this time more prayerful, please. Aravinda, would you mind that Smita Krishna plays, because we have a certain communication. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskadyare Satarine. And now we pray to the Panchatattva. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Vasari Govaknavinda. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. My dear devotees, we learned that on our own it's very difficult to become victorious over the distracted mind, but also our own weak-heartedness. But we did hear a note of hope that when we take shelter, and this means to acknowledge our helpless condition and pray for help, there is great chance. So please, let us chant in this mode and you will see miracles. Please chant now. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Mahojala Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Haibo Haibo, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Haibo Haibo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Divo Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, everybody, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. One more time, please, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ibo Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hey bo, hey bo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, everyone, one more time please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. One more time please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Nitai Nitai, Nitai Nitai, Nitai, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Haribo, 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 Haribo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Nitai Nitai Nitai. Everybody, please sing again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Ibo, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, oh, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nitai 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 Nitai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Rama. Please, everyone, raise your hands in a gesture of surrender and sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. And one more time, please, from your heart, chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Radha, Shama Sundar Radha, Shama Sundar Radha, Shama Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan, Giri Govardhan. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Shyam. My dear devotees, we will go now into the reflection phase. For the first 5 minutes, I request you to write down any takeaway